Hey there, it's Seb Frey here with another exciting episode of It's a Seb Show. So my last episode last week was all about how, listen, if you want to go ahead and buy a house right now in the pandemic, go right ahead. Maybe prices are going to come down because of the pandemic. Who's to say? A lot of people certainly seem to think that we will be heading into a period of lower real estate pricing. Hasn't happened yet, but people think that's inevitably going to happen in the face of a severe and protracted recession. And so the flip side of that is if you are a homeowner. Now, if you are a homeowner and you are looking at a decrease in your home value, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% or more, who knows, right? I mean, we're just talking, right? Should you sell your house? Well, I myself, I'm not going to sell my house, right? I live in my house. I have no desire to sell my house whatsoever. I love it. I'm loving it more and more as I've been sheltering in place, spending so much quality time here with the family. Love my house. No plans to sell it, really, ever, maybe someday. But a lot of people, though, are thinking, hey, I'm going to sell my house in 2020, and they put their plans on hold because of the pandemic, and now maybe because you can once again show occupied property. Maybe you're thinking, hey, should I sell my house or should I not sell my house? Now, as I mentioned, there are a lot of people who are speculating that real estate values are going to come down substantially in the relatively near term, the next, say, year or two. They are forecasting prices will be substantially lower because they think the recession is going to be long and deep, with a lot of job cuts in the buying class. And in fact, you see this, right? State of California is now announcing a $54 billion budget deficit. What does that mean? Probably means massive job cuts in the public sector. Public sector is a big part of the employment. And we also have like Airbnb laying off 25% of their staff, right? Travel industry obviously is kaput. So, we're going to see a lot of job cuts. And will that lead to, big tumble in housing prices? And if there is going to be a big tumble in housing prices, should you sell your house now in May or June or July or sometime soon before that really eats into home prices? Well, that is a very, very good question. In real estate, they have this thing called panic selling. Have you heard about it? Basically, it's an illegal practice where, sales agents will try to induce people to sell by getting them to panic, right? I suspect there's some panic selling going on right now. I've not actually seen this, but I imagine that some realtor somewhere is saying, hey, you better sell now because home prices are going to drop. Right. Well, home prices are going to drop eventually, maybe 5 years, 10 years. I mean, prices go up and down. They mostly go up, but they also do go down. So if you're saying that prices are going to drop, you're not wrong. The question is when and by how much, and should you sell before prices drop? And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say, hey, don't worry about it so much. If prices drop and you got to sell for 20% less than you could today. What? That's blasphemy, Seb. That's blasphemy. Here's how I look at it. I look at your housing investment as kind of like dollar cost averaging, right? So there are people who tell you, hey, no matter what, just keep on buying stocks. Don't even look at the prices. Just keep on buying stocks. Just do that for your lifetime. And at the end of your lifetime, you'll have plenty of dough. Everything will be great. Kind of like real estate, right? So if your house goes down by 20% in value and then you sell it, well, guess what? Some other house, you're probably going to move somewhere else. What do you want to bet that wherever you're going to move to, the price of that property will also have dropped by 20% or more? Who knows, right? Not only that, but you're probably going to move into a cheaper house, I'm guessing, because right now you're probably living in one of the most expensive areas of the United States, I'm guessing, right? So wherever you move to, your money is probably going to go a lot farther there. And I'm going to guess that the prices where you're going to buy will have gone down considerably as well. So in fact, in the end of the day, it's all a wash. Don't sell your house just because you're worried about prices dropping, because they might not drop. Sell your house when it's time for you to sell your house. And in fact, that's when virtually everybody sells their house anyway. It doesn't matter how good the market is, how bad the market is. People tend to sell their houses when they have a life need to sell their houses. And that is why at the beginning of this shelter-in-place thing, I said this is not the black swan event that's going to tank the real estate market, because people buy and sell houses when they have a need to buy or sell a house. So don't feel any great pressure about real estate prices collapsing. sell when you're good and ready. That is my advice to you. And when you are good and ready, hey, give me a call. I will help you get that sold quickly, easily, and for the very highest price possible. All right, that is it for this episode of Seb Frey TV. It's a Seb show. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Hey, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like. Give me a comment or a share. That would be amazing. All right, thank you so much for watching this episode of It's a Seb Show, and I will have another episode up again before too long.